And now, words of wisdom with a really large guy.
Hey, vegetarians, my food literally takes dumps all over your food.
Wow. That one, I'm not a vegetarian, but just as a healthy living guy, I got to take offense with that.
Why?
Because
Well, you're not even a vegetarian. What are you upset about?
I'm upset because you're taking a shot at my fellow clean living people. That's what I'm upset about.
You're saying I'm not clean living because I eat meat?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you're doomed. Damnation for you.
I'm saying apparently you do eat meat, just not very much. I'm saying if you had, you might actually be, 5 foot.
Ah.
The short joke, immediately right out the gate.
Seriously, dude, I think I'm on a plan. I need to gain about 6 pounds. Stepped on the scale this week, down to 153 again.
So hold on, you've lost over 250 pounds, and you're happy, but you actually want to put on a little bit of weight now.
Yeah.
That's actually impressive to me that you lost so much weight, you need to put a little bit back on.
Well, I want to be like at 160. Like 153 is my absolute lightest that I've ever been. I was like 153.5 when I stepped on the scale this morning. And that to me is that's a little, that's just borderline too thin right there. So I might have to eat some of that meat that craps on the vegetables.
I'm just impressed as someone who went on such a successful diet actually needs to put on weight. Now, that means you are extremely good at what you do, which is being a weight loss champion.
Well, thanks, man. But you see, like, I bill myself as having lost 250 pounds?
Yeah.
But in reality, at 153, I'm 3 pounds away from losing 270 pounds. That's why I got to add a little bit, so I'd like to be right around that 260 mark.
Well, I'm glad you're so good at, losing weight. I just wish you were better at radio.
I am a broadcast professional, and you make this show
Zing, zing.
Amateur hour. Okay, so on
fun.
that note, welcome to Fourth and Pain, the only pro wrestling show to be hosted by an NFL player and a weight loss champion. He's Redskins defensive end Adam Carriker.
Word.
I'm former wrestling announcer turned weight loss champion Chuck Carroll. In this Fourth and Pain, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Fourth and Pain, like us on Facebook, and whatever else you do. Be sure to have lunch with us each and every weekday, high noon Eastern, at fourthandpain.com. Our shows, Adam, they are low calorie and high energy.
You sound like one of those guys who's trying to sell something. They talk really fast.
I was trying to do the Micro Machine guy from back in the day. You remember him? He used to sell the Micro Machine.
No, I don't have a clue.
Well, man, it's because you're so young. You need to be an old guy like me.
You're like a year older than me.
I'm
you
so
just
old.
Look 50.
50, son? Let me tell you
son,
something.
you just made my case.
Junior.
You just made my case.
Overgrown child.
Let's talk a little raw.
Let's talk a little raw. Earlier
wrestling.
This week, we handed out our own Slammy Awards. And would you believe it, Adam? You and I were actually spot on as to what really happened on a number of occasions. I know we said debut Superstar of the Year. Obviously, Ryback. That came to fruition. Match of the Year.
Kiss of the Year.
Kiss of the Year. We said Triple H, Undertaker at WrestleMania. AJ Lee, of course, she gets Kiss of the Year. We were pretty spot on. But here's the thing about the Slammy Awards. I was not expecting to see all of these faces come back.
We had guys such as the Boogeyman come out. We had Tommy Dreamer come out and win the 6-man tag match. We had the Road Dogg, Jesse James, what are they called? Him and his partner, Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws.
The New Age Outlaws come out, and the man himself, woo, Ric Flair.
So good to see him back in WWE.
I love seeing him go toe-to-toe with CM Punk, putting Paul Heyman in the figure 4, and then taking on the Shield.
I was wondering when it would be that Ric Flair would return to the WWE, and finally it's the Slammy Awards. And I'm excited with all of those faces that showed up. You know why? Because in just about, a week's time or so, you and I will be sitting in a suite at the Verizon Center taking in a little WWE action.
Raw, SmackDown, a double taping that night. I cannot wait to do it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And not to mention a very big football game the following day.
Just a little bit.
That's a big weekend.
It is a huge weekend.
Are you up for that?
Oh, dude, I am so up for that. But last night watching Raw, that was one of the most fun times I've had watching Raw in quite some time, to be honest with you.
And I was on a date. So I didn't get an opportunity
to see
all of it.
I filled you in.
You did. You did. And I got real excited. I didn't even realize that the Boogeyman had returned. Here's the thing. Am I the only person, Adam, that really got excited about the Boogeyman? I was so disheartened when he left WWE because I love his entrance. I love his little smoky stick bit. I love the fact that he eats worms. I love the fact that he's got this creepy painted up face.
The clock.
Yeah.
Breaking the clock.
This
Yes, I
guy's
think you're the only
classic.
person. I was excited to watch him last night, but on a weekly basis, I love how they went to commercial in the middle of him coming back. It was like he's out there doing his thing. He's got the worms, and then they went to commercial. It's like, what the heck? I want to see him eat the worms, man.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about Ryback. Ryback, he wins the Newcomer of the Year Slammy Award. Then he gets himself a little impromptu title match against Antonio Cesaro.
It was not a title match.
It was a non-title match?
Cesaro was upset that he didn't win Newcomer of the Year because Ryback did, and then they went toe-to-toe, and I was actually very intrigued by this. They say Cesaro's pound for pound the strongest guy. Ryback claims to be the strongest guy. This was actually a fun match, and I think this is the way to launch Ryback. I mean, with the U.S. title, maybe not into the stratosphere, but launch him back, where he can be as a main event type guy possibility week after week. Cesaro claims to be someone that he will never lose to an American, not the U.S. title. And Ryback can be that guy, can just represent American people, win that belt, and just take off with the fans.
And then, of course, Dolph Ziggler, he comes in on the cusp of cashing in Money in the Bank, as I understand it.
I am not a Ziggler fan. I don't like Ziggler. I don't like Alberto Del Rio. But when he came out, after Sheamus laid out the Big Show with that giant chair, and Big Show lay motionless in the ring, and Ziggler came out trying to cash in Money in the Bank, I got pumped. I was going to get behind Dolph Ziggler for the first time ever. First time ever. I was actually excited, and then Cena came out and kind of ruined the whole thing, and now I'm back to I don't want to watch Dolph.
Isn't that a bummer?
Isn't
that an absolute bummer?
It is.
And then Dolph Ziggler, of course, now the latest in the love triangle with AJ Lee. Is she got the googly eyes for Mr. Ziggler? And who is this Big E Langston with her, huh?
She appears to have the googly eyes. I mean, she won Kiss of the Year with Cena, but she would have won it with Ziggler after what she laid on him last night had it not already been presented to her and Cena.
Woo!
I mean, it was a little. I don't know how to describe it without getting raunchy here. It was very interesting to watch, shall we say.
Yahtzee!
Dude, it was interesting to watch, and I can't wait to see how that unfolds. And I'm wondering how this Big E Langston, how he's going to play. I love that they're bringing in the Shield. I love that they're bringing in this Big E Langston guy who might even be bulkier than Ryback. And I love that they're bringing in all these fresh faces.
It's pretty cool, but for me, the creme de la creme out of the Slammies, reading the recaps, speaking about it with you, and I actually saw this part. Where in the world is Undertaker? We do know he's not done wrestling. Triple H hints it's going to be another WrestleMania match for Taker.
He's going to come back. He's got to defend the streak one more time. I think he's finally going to lose. I think it's going to be his last match. It's just who is it? That's my prediction. I don't know if you agree, but who is it? Who's the match going to be against?
Kofi Kingston. No.
I have nothing. I don't
Antonio Cesaro.
know. A little better.
Dolph Ziggler.
No.
Alberto Del Rio.
No, dude.
Sin Cara.
Come on, be serious. Who you got?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I think if anybody's going to end the streak,
El Dandy.
All
right, who you got?
2 points for you, my
Who you got?
friend.
Who you
2
got?
points for you. If anybody's going to end the streak, for me, it needs to be John Cena just to finally
you.
pass that torch.
Thank you very much.
It's not going to be popular among the longtime fans, but it needs to happen. It's for the good of the business. And maybe that would actually get a lot of the heat off of Cena from some of the fans that are still on the fence about this guy.
You know what? It would do two things. Number one, it would ensure he's not wrestling The Rock, which I don't want to see at WrestleMania for the umpteenth time. And number two, I'm not a big fan of his character, but I'm actually a big fan of John Cena himself after meeting him, and I think that would be awesome for such a good guy.
It would get a huge buy rate. I mean, forget the fact it's WrestleMania.
Amazing.
That's just an epic match.
Absolutely.
Bigger than his match last year against The Rock.
Bigger?
Definitely
You
bigger.
think bigger? You with a year-long build?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
A year-long build.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Ooh, I think it'd be close.
Because of what's on the line in this match? Absolutely. But we can come back.
Probably right.
We can revisit that a little bit later. Before we wrap things up here on Fourth and Pain, I wanted to do a little Ask Adam segment, something we haven't done in a hot minute. As always, you guys online can submit your questions to us at Fourth and Pain or at Adam Carriker 94. Use the hashtag Ask Adam.
This is going to be a weekly thing. Every Wednesday we will be doing this, so feel free to ask your questions. We will answer them on Wednesdays.
We've got 2 minutes to answer 4.
Let's do it.
Here's the question from Braden Ryan08 on Twitter. Give him a follow. Better celebration, Adam. Alfred Morris's touchdown home run swing or the Barry Cofield sack stun gun?
Well, Alfred Morris's thing is cool, but we're playing football. I know it's a shout out to a charity he does, which is very cool. He won't do the "you can't see me" thing for us, so I'm going to go with the ultra cool stun gun. I mean, that's just epic.
Yeah, you see that? You watching online? Watching you, Alfred Morris.
Yeah, Alfred, where you at?
You can't see me.
Yeah.
2 times you had the opportunity. Just saying.
I'm going to go with Barry Cofield.
Double dipping here. Braden Ryan, 08 once again. If given the opportunity for a sack, what about you? DDT or the stunner?
You know, I got to be honest. The helmet would protect the head, so I don't think the DDT would be that effective. But I can stunner, and I can get him. I can get his throat on my shoulder underneath the chin mask, underneath the face mask. I think the stunner would be more effective. I would, however, consider a possible RKO if that was available.
I like it. And now here's one. I just love this guy's name. Random White Guy asks, if anyone, who on the Redskins could beat you in an arm wrestling match? You know, who has the largest arms on the D-line?
My immediate response is nobody, but I'll try to think of a legitimate name that could do it. Let me see who I can come up with here. Chris Baker. Chris Baker's fairly strong. I would have said Philip Daniels, but he hasn't been lifting like he used to, so I'm going to go with Chris Baker. He's a big old nose guard. He might be able to give me a challenge.
You're going with Swaggy.
Swaggy.
I
Yes.
like it.
He's in the locker room before the game yelling, Swaggy.
Big wrestling fan, by the way. I'd actually pay money to see that. Last question before we take things home here on Fourth and Pain. Good question, actually. Writing QSJ23 on Twitter. Give him a follow. He writes in, Adam, is the current Redskins run bittersweet to you, or are you just happy for your teammates?
Oh, first of all, I'm very happy for my teammates. I love watching them win. I love talking to them before the games, after the games. I love watching the games. And to be honest, I've never been on a winning team in the NFL. In my first winning season, possible playoff season, I can't participate. Yes, I am upset about that. I want to be out there playing. I want to be out there fighting to get to the playoffs and to the Super Bowl. It does bother me, but does it make me any less happy? Absolutely not.
Yeah, good answer. All right, and if you guys ever have a question, again, tweet us at Fourth and Pain or at Adam Carriker 94. Use the hashtag at Fourth and Pain, and use the hashtag Ask Adam, and as long as we're plugging Twitters, at the Chuck Carroll, the best follow.
Give him a follow.
All of Twitter. With that, we're fresh out of time. Thank you so very much for believing in our weirdness. I'm Chuck Carroll.
I'm Adam Carriker. I have the largest arms on the D-line. Peace out, Fourth and Painters.
Deuces.